Hi, everybody. Let me just start off by saying that I'm still sick. I put this off as long as I could, but I can't anymore, so here I am, and here's my voice. A couple of things. So here we're working on. What are we working on? Oh, yeah, it's the bottom skin of the fuselage. It's finally out, and you can see how large it is just sitting on the table. I know, I think you may have seen it before, but now we're actually working on it. We're going to do some match drilling. We're going to cut out some holes. So there's two pieces that attach in the front there. And those are basically the footwells of the fuselage. And I will be clecoing up each one individually. This is where you do a lot of tricycle versus tail dragger work. If you look at the bottom, you can see a hole cut out in the main skin. That's where the landing gear for tricycle gears come out. And if you look, you can see that, well, if you'd seen that skin, has a little tongue that actually overlaps that hole. And so one of the things that you do is you're going to be match drilling holes, and you're also going to outline that exact place on the forward skin and then cut it out so that your landing gear has a place to stick out. One quick note, got a new camera. The old camera died. Anyone watching the last video when I was building the tables, I had a whole bunch of good footage of actually working, riveting up the ribs to the bulkhead, and then riveting the back bulkhead to the back of those ribs. It was a beautiful thing. And it was all lost because the camera died. And it died in a spectacular way where it cracked the memory card in half. So, buy camera and buy memory card. Anyway, what you see is a replacement. And you might be thinking, well, geez, that's like, it's all blurry and shit. Okay. That's my fault. What I did was, paranoid that I scratch these lenses all the time, I always leave the protective plastic covering on. Well, I'd never actually taken any video with it on and looked at it. I always just look at the back of the camera. On the back of the camera, it looks clear enough. Yeah, so it's not. And I apologize for that. Next time I go work, I promise I will have the plastic off and everything will be fine. Anyway, so, new camera, and as you can see, there's the date at the top left of the screen there. That's actually correct. This camera is nice. It actually works. When I plug it in, when I push buttons, they actually work. So there I am cutting out one of the holes. The only thing, and there we go, fast forward 3 hours. I was going to say, the only thing I don't like about that camera is that it works so well if you're not paying attention. If you unplug it, then it can get weird with the power. It's a long story. Anyway, here's Yoko. She came in, she just took a flight, had a flight lesson, so she wanted to do a little work, and right now we're working on dimpling the bottom skins. She had never gotten to use the DRDD2, so I said, let's roll that thing out. After you do all the prep for those front pieces, then the instruction just says dimple all the number 40 and all the number 30 holes, except where noted, of course, which is, there's a few places you don't, there's a few holes. It's not many that you don't dimple. So I'm showing her the magic of the dimple. And she came close a couple of times to prematurely making a new hole, which I have talked about in the past. You know, you get into a rhythm in this thing. You know, if you don't wait for the nib of the dimpler to pop through the skin before you yank that lever down, you will make a new hole. So we're just doing a little bit of that. Just going to dimple the whole thing. Anyways, so I want to thank you all for joining me. There's only a couple of videos this week because, like I said, I sound like death. And I apologize. You should have heard me earlier. It was awful. So, thank you for watching. In the next video, we're going to finish this up and do something. I'm not sure, but I'll see you soon.